Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial with Mr. Riaz, and today we're gonna try something out with the Arduino, which is what we're gonna start on for the next lesson. But why wait until the school reopens, right? We can just try it now. But many of you are saying, how can I try it? I do not have an Arduino board, or what can I do? I cannot do anything at all. Okay, but we can actually, so having this Arduino board here, we can actually go and use Tinkercad instead. So if I can go to type to Tinkercad, okay, and log into Tinkercad, tinkercad.com, okay, and as you can see here that you can actually do some simulation on Tinkercad before we actually do the actual hands-on physical stuff. Okay, we can just try it out first. Okay, if once you're logged into Tinkercad, you can go to this thing. You can see you can use Tinkercad for 3D designs, but you can actually go and use it for setting out circuits. Okay, so under circuits, you can go and create new circuits. Okay, of course, over here that is empty. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to look at the different components here. Okay, we can start with basic, or we can go and choose Arduino, and then we can see all the different kinds of Arduino that has been preset for you. Okay, over here. Alright, but let's start with some basics first, okay, before we go look into more detailed stuff. Okay, so you can see over here, you can see all the components that we might be using, and we start connecting our microcontrollers and our sensors. But let's start with a simple Arduino. Okay, we're going to use an Arduino board here. You can just click and drag it here, and okay, so I have it here. So I'm just gonna, up to you, you're gonna name it. I will just name it as my Uno. Okay, so over here is my Uno, and what I'm going to do is I am going to use two things. I'm going to use my LED, which I'm going to use to make it blink on and off. Okay, so I'll just look for an LED here. Okay, I'll drag my LED. It's a red LED, but it's up to you. You can choose your LED to be whatever color I want. Okay, that you choose to be. So I'm going to change this to a green LED. Alright, because it's easier to see on the screen. Okay, and the next thing I want to use is I want to use a resistor, because if I use too much voltage into my LED, I might go and fuse it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use a resistor, and for this one I'm going to use a 220 ohm resistor. Oh, okay, so it's 220 ohm. Alright, and that's it. Oh, and one more thing that I need is probably a breadboard. Okay, which many of you have seen before as well. And you can see for a breadboard, these corners here, if I were to connect anything here, for the ones at the side, it will be horizontally connected. But if I choose anything in the middle, there's the letters A, B, C, D, and E up to J, will be horizontally connected. And A to E and F to J are separated by this middle spacing here, or I would like to call the drain. Okay, so let's see how we're going to connect this first. Alright, so I'm going to move this a bit, and what I'm going to do is I am going to connect my, just one more thing. You can see there's two legs here. This straight one is called your cathode, which is your negative leg or your minus, and this crooked leg here is your anode, which is your positive, or your plus leg. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to connect it here. Okay, and okay, next is I'm going to connect my resistor here. Okay, in a normal breadboard, if you're using, we know that we can twist a bit our legs of the. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it here. Alright, so it looks very big here, but on the actual breadboard you can actually twist and put the resistor with a lot of space in between. Okay, so this is a positive and this is a negative. Okay, what I'm going to do now is, number one, I am going to I need to connect my negative leg to the ground. Okay, so I am going to change this color. Okay, well, let me use green first so that it's easy for you to see. So I'll connect here to my negative leg here. Okay, but what I can do is I just connect it right at the end here. Okay, and I'm going to use this pin to connect to my positive leg resistor here. Okay. Okay, and then that's all we have. Alright. Okay, so now it's basically the setup that we need to do. And let's go and look at our codes now. So for us to do the coding here, what we can do is we can click this symbol here called the code. Alright, and what happens is that you will see there's already a default code setup. You can see it's very similar to your Scratch that you're very familiar with. Okay, but over here, this setup that you see here, this is your built-in LEDs. Okay, for Arduinos, by default, they have this built-in LED, which I'm going to show you here. Here, my pointer. Okay, and if I were to run this code now, you can see the simulation. You can see this blinking light here, just beside the letter L. Okay, so that is the built-in LED on the Arduino board. Okay, but this is not what we want to use. We want to do the blinking light for this large LED that we use in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I am going to remove this. Okay, and I'm going to delete this first, these two blocks. And what I'm going to do is I am going to set the pin to hard first. Okay, I'm going to make two of these. Okay, first of all, I'm going to change the pin to pin 2 because I'm using pin 2 over here. Then next, I am going to start this whole process going by switching on this LED, which is going to be set to high. Okay, and then after that, I am going to, after 1 second, I'm going to switch it off. And by how to switch off the LED, I will set this pin to low. Okay, so that's it. That's our code. So let's test it out now and see whether it works. Let's see this LED here, and there you go, it's blinking over there. Alright, what can we do now? Let's say I want to make this blink faster. I will change to maybe 0.5 seconds instead, and so that it will blink every half a second instead. Okay, so let's test our code now. Okay, there you go, you can see it's blinking very fast now. Alright, okay, so this is our first Arduino project, and let's say I stop now. Let's say what if I really want to set it up using our actual Arduino kit with our Arduinos and our LEDs and our resistors and our jumper cables. Let's say my jumper cables, usually I will have my ground as black and my positive as red. Okay, so let's say I want to do this. What can I do? So I can go back to my code, and what I can do is I can, whatever code I have written here, I can click this download, and I'm going to save it as my blink LED. Okay, and this is an actual Arduino file that I can upload to using my Arduino IDE later. Okay, our save, and let's go to the second part later when we actually set this up using a real Arduino, and then we will upload the exact code. Alright? Okay, so until the next time, okay, so until the next part 2, we will go and do it. Alright? Okay guys, welcome back. Now we are going to set up exactly as what we have set up earlier on in Tinkercad. Okay, I have the breadboard here. Okay, you can see the letterings here, A to E and F to J, and of course your positive horizontally and your negative horizontally. We have our green LED here, alright, with our positive long leg and a negative short leg, alright, and our 330 resistor, okay, and some jumper cables here. Okay, so let's set it up. Alright, okay, our cable I'm going to put on our Arduino at pin 2. Okay, and of course let's put the LED first, just like what we saw earlier. Our positive leg here, our negative leg, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to bend my resistor so that I can fit it easily into my breadboard here. So let me put it in first. Okay, to my positive leg, like that. Okay, and now let's put the cables now. I am going to put I will use the blue so that it's easy to see. Okay, to my ground. Okay, you can see the ground is over here. Okay, I'm going to use the ground here. And I am going to connect it to the ground of my negative leg. Okay, like so. And I'm gonna get the positive now, and I'm gonna put it on where the resistor is. Okay, so exactly like what we have set up in our Tinkercad earlier on. Alright, okay, so let's upload the code now. Okay, this is the code that we saved earlier from our Tinkercad. So I've opened it in the Arduino IDE. Okay, you can see this is the C++ code. So let's upload it to our Arduino. Okay, it's done. Okay, so we have uploaded the Arduino codes. Okay, the same blinking codes that we downloaded from Tinkercad. So let's give it a try now. And there you go, exactly like what we have simulated in Tinkercad. Okay, so this is just the first lesson of our blinking light. Okay, so let's test this with the lights off. Okay, looking pretty good. Alright, till the next tutorial. Okay, see ya. Bye.